Now in Good Morning Northwest, caught more than 2,200 miles away. How this Moses Lake man accused of killing his wife was found on the East Coast.
For those who like your hot temperatures, the summer heat is back for a couple of days and then a chance of rain this week. We'll talk about all of that timing coming up.
And bracing for a potential monster storm, how Florida is preparing and what's expected from the latest hurricane churning toward the U.S. You're watching Good Morning Northwest on 4 News Now. Thanks for being with us. I'm Robin Nance.
And I'm Derek Dice. It is Monday, September the 26th. Mark Peterson promised we would have summer-like temperatures for the start of the fall, and we are sure getting them.
I keep my promises. All right, here we go. It is 54 degrees into Spokane now as we have a little bit of cooling, and Coeur d'Alene is warmed up to 50 degrees. Everybody's under a clear sky. 4 things you need to know is that, well, for the next couple of days, it's going to feel like summer. Might as well keep the barbecue out. It's going to be sunny and warm today. Hot for some. Record highs for tomorrow. We'll be talking about the specifics there. Cooling midweek and the possible rain showers. We'll have that timing in your world coming up in about 15 minutes. Radar satellite, yeah, not much to talk about. It's a clear sky. We don't have a lot of cloud cover. We don't see a lot of major changes. The heat is on. So here is our day today. We're going to warm up mid-morning, mid-60s. We're going to be into, again, the 80s all afternoon long. And our high today is 84 degrees.
It is expected to be a massive storm, and it's on track to strike Florida in a matter of days.
The National Hurricane Center is now urging people across Florida to make plans as Tropical Storm Ian swirls north through the Caribbean. Sydney Charles is live at the Now Desk with how people are preparing for this storm, Sydney.
Yes, this morning Hurricane Ian is expected to rapidly intensify today as it goes over warm tropical waters in the Caribbean Sea. It will then strengthen as it tracks north through the Gulf of Mexico as the 5th hurricane of the Atlantic season. Forecasters are still working out Ian's precise path, but they say people across Florida should prepare for the worst. A state of emergency is now underway in the state. Florida residents are on high alert. Homeowners are buying plywood to board up their homes, and this man filling up sandbags just days after helping his parents in Puerto Rico before Fiona hit.
Now I'm here helping myself and everybody else that I can.
Florida officials now saying evacuation orders could start early today in preparation for Ian. That's especially important for people who need some extra time. Right now, 2,500 Florida National Guardsmen have been called up to respond to the storm. Next, the National Hurricane Center says by the middle of this week, there's a risk of life-threatening storm surge, hurricane force winds, and heavy rainfall along the west coast of Florida and the Florida Panhandle. Reporting in studio, Sydney Charles, 4 News Now.
All right, Sydney, thank you. We are following breaking news out of Russia this morning, where a school shooter has killed 13 people, including 7 children, and wounded 21 others. According to Russian state media, that gunman eventually shot himself. According to the investigative committee, the gunman wore a T-shirt with Nazi symbols. No other details about the shooter or his motives has been released yet. Well, a firefighter died in the line of duty over the weekend.
According to the Forest Service, Gerardo Rincon died while fighting the Moose Fire in North Idaho. It shared this message on Twitter last night. He suffered from a medical emergency on Tuesday while working on the fire. He had protected the public lands for over 28 years. The Honor Guard, the Forest Service, and first responders join in honoring his life by escorting Rincon home to Independence, Oregon.
We're hoping to learn today how a Moses Lake man will respond to charges that he murdered his wife. Charles Bergman was part of the missing couple we reported on last week. He was arrested in Pennsylvania late Friday night. A national arrest warrant went out for him after his wife's body was found in rural Lincoln County on Thursday. Police found him the next day in New Stanton outside of Pittsburgh. Bergman was arrested under suspicion of first-degree premeditated murder.
Viewers sent in their pictures and videos of these lights in space flashing on and off in a pattern. Can you see it there? It's all part of Starlink, the internet server that Elon Musk's company is developing. According to Starlink's website, the internet system is an internet constellation which works through a string of low orbiting satellites.
Yeah, it does look like a series of UFOs flying in perfect line, right?
You can see why that would stir up some people.
Yeah.
It is now 4 minutes after 6 o'clock.
All right, we're going to send things back over to Mark Peterson for a look at an unusually warm start to the week.
Yeah, the weekend was great. We were at 79 degrees yesterday. We're going to be about 10 more than that tomorrow, and we're going to be right in the middle today with mid-80s expected. Yeah, summertime heat has returned. Your full forecast still to come.
And it is not a plot to a sci-fi thriller. It's real life, and it's happening today. The details of NASA flying a spacecraft into an asteroid on purpose just ahead.
And it looks like candy, but it could kill. Coming up, the huge amount of money Congress is considering to fight this rainbow fentanyl.
Stream 4 News now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
Leave your piggy bank at home. Save your green at Jennifer's Auto Sales and Service.
Do you really think you can fix this? You should have just called Andy's.
I can fix it. It's just a little...
We're freezing. You should have called Andy's.
Yeah, they have a 100% satisfaction guarantee.
Should have called Andy's.
Don't be like this guy. Call Andy's Heating and Cooling. So when the weather does this, your family does this. Go to andysheating.com for details on the 100% satisfaction guarantee. Carrier, turn to the experts.
Fred's Appliance has GE Profile appliances on sale with smart leading-edge features that make life a little easier.
Smart features and sophisticated designs to simplify your life.
Profile dishwashers are quiet, powerful, and offer flexible loading options.
Fred's has more kitchen packages than you'll find anywhere. Save on GE appliances with up to $2,000 in rebates at your local Fred's Appliance.
Fred's has appliances in stock and on sale. Stop in and see us today.
This is not a table. This is craftsmanship. This is where you start the day and where secrets are shared. This is a business lunch and a corner office. This is a cocktail party and a fundraiser. Remembering when you were kids. This is sustainable Appalachian oak. This is the best meal in years because it's not just a table, it's Benchmade.
Ironstone Furniture and Fire in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho.
The Inland Empire 6. 6 local Honda dealerships dedicated to putting your Keister in a Honda. And your Keister will thank you for it because it'll be riding in comfort, style, and America's most fuel-efficient full-line automaker. And that can save your Keister at the gas pumps. Not to mention every Honda is packed with high-tech safety features that keep all your little Keisters safe and happy. See your local Honda dealer today. Honda gets the Inland Northwest.
Every day is trophy territory at the General Store downtown. Trophy thrills, trophy deals, trophy warthogs. Yes, trophy warthogs. For over 75 years, the General Store has been your location for all the ammo, hunting, fishing, and camping gear any outdoor pro could ever need. Your trophy adventure starts at the General Store.
All right, welcome back. Here's a look at what's new on Good Morning Northwest. A NASA spacecraft will deliberately slam into an asteroid today. It wants to see if this kind of mission can help deflect space objects posing a threat to Earth.
The NASA Double Asteroid Redirection Test, or DART, aims to make history this afternoon when it makes impact with the asteroid. The DART spacecraft is about the size of a school bus and has been traveling to reach its target since launching in November 2021. The spacecraft is also carrying an imager that'll share a live stream of photos as it nears the asteroid, providing a video-like experience for viewers. A live broadcast will kick off on NASA's website this afternoon at 3.
A right-wing alliance led by Giorgia Meloni and her Brothers of Italy party has claimed victory in a general election. Meloni, a 45-year-old mother from Rome, will likely become the country's first female prime minister and the most far-right Italian head of government since Benito Mussolini. Italy is in the midst of a deepening political and economic crisis. The snap election was triggered when Prime Minister Mario Draghi resigned in July after he failed to unite the government behind his economic policies.
The British pound tumbled to a record low today on fears the government's new economic plan could push finances to the limit. The pound dropped more than 4% against the U.S. dollar as trading opened in Asia and Australia. The slump follows the UK government's announcement last week that it would impose the biggest tax cuts in 50 years as a way to boost spending. Critics argue the measure could lead to the collapse of the pound, which is now worth just $1.03.
10-second takeaway on a Monday morning. Hey, it's going to be clearing. It's going to be a mild start. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be heating up. So I guess we're hydrating again, drinking more water than normal. Grab those sunglasses. High today, 84.
Well, New York Senator Chuck Schumer is asking for $290 million to fight rainbow fentanyl. Schumer explained why the new form of fentanyl hitting the streets is so dangerous.
This is a picture of real fentanyl. These are sweet tarts. And if you opened up this little container of sweet tarts, it would look about the same. That's what the drug dealers are doing. This rainbow fentanyl has our law enforcement agencies on edge, and with good reason. They're trying to get children younger and younger to take this horrible, horrible drug.
And the DEA says criminal drug networks are also mass-producing fake pills and marketing them as legitimate prescription pills, often sold on social media or other platforms. That makes the drug easily accessible to anyone with a smartphone, including children. In states nationwide, communities are asking for schools to stock up on Narcan. Narcan can treat an overdose in an emergency situation. We've talked about this here on the news before. According to stopoverdose.org, people in Washington can order Narcan free online and have it delivered to your home. The mail order program is designed for people who can't easily go to a pharmacy and get a kit. Locally, you can find it at the Spokane Regional Health District, MHA, Speak Out, Speak Up, and the Northeast Tri-County Health District. Pretty scary stuff, though, for sure. Good Morning Northwest time is now 6:11.
Chaos in Russia as men drafted into the military protest and fight back. What's happening to those men and how the military is keeping people from draft dodging.
And we are in for a couple of really warm days to start the week. But then what? Mark's full forecast coming up after the break.
Listen up. Everything we've worked for has led to this moment. Training is over. It's time to be efficient, like the Kubota Grand L Series. It is time to grind, like the Kubota LX Series, which is packed with extras. It's time to be tough, like the rugged BX Series. So let's get out there and plow, fight, and win.
From The Handmaid's Tale, Elizabeth Moss. Do you miss the cloak and bonnet?
I mean, I'm not saying that I don't necessarily wear it this season.
Oh, nice tease.
Yeah, like that?
Watch Kelly Tuesday at 4 and 4 News Now at 5. 4 News Now welcomes Kirsten O'Connor. You expect more from local news. Important information that makes a difference to you. Kirsten O'Connor delivers. And that's what we mean when we say, expect more. Get to know Kirsten weeknights on 4 News Now.
It's the new Coeur d'Alene Nissan Service and Parts Center. We're ready to keep your car in the best condition possible so you can drive with confidence. From express service to more advanced diagnostics and repairs, our certified technicians deliver expert service and advice. We also have an inventory of factory Nissan parts. You can personalize your vehicle with accessories tailored to your Nissan. Parts and service at the new Coeur d'Alene Nissan right off Highway 95.
Thanks to Joe Biden, food, fuel, everything costs too much. His energy policies and massive spending spree are driving skyrocketing prices, fueling the worst inflation in decades. 2 years ago, we were a self-sufficient, energy-independent, energy-exporting nation. Today, our energy production has been crippled. I'm Mike Crapo. I approve this message. Let's stop the spending free-for-all, let loose American energy, and fix inflation.
So, you like winning? Maybe it's time you paid a visit to the Kootenai River Casino in Bonners Ferry. Talk about winning. How about great gaming and off-season room rates? How about $109 a night for Kootenai Falls Lodge rooms and $129 a night for Riverview rooms? And what if those midweek rooms come with free breakfast for two? Throw in some great new gaming machines and you've got a winner of a getaway. To book your winning getaway, call 888-YOU-ARE-LUCKY or visit KootenaiRiverInn.com.
Agriculture is the foundation of our regional economy. The Washington State Potato Commission proudly recognizes our farmers.
Washington potato farmers care about the environment. They strive each year for more sustainable farming practices by using the cleanest energy sources to power their packing and storage facilities and using more technology to water their crops, lower their carbon footprint, and grow some of the world's best potatoes. When you talk about sustainability, Washington potato farmers are already there.
A tribute for our great Northwest farmers from the Washington State Potato Commission. 4 News Now is brought to you by Culligan Water.
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app.
Welcome back. Inside Russia this morning, gunfire erupting during a protest over Vladimir Putin's military draft for the war in Ukraine. Police were seen dragging men onto buses. And now Russians will have fewer options when it comes to fleeing the country. Here's ABC's Aika Jachi.
This morning, new fallout from Russia's decision to hold the country's first military draft since World War II. Neighboring Georgia today is closing its border to Russian men of fighting age. And on the other side of Russia, Finland says it will now significantly restrict the entry of Russian citizens. An independent Russian newspaper reports more than 250,000 men have fled Russia since last week, when Vladimir Putin announced he's calling up 300,000 reservists. Now, Russia's Ministry of Sports has banned national sports teams from participating in training camps and competitions in other countries, a move that could prevent athletes from deserting. Demonstrations against the draft are growing. Human rights activists say Russian authorities have arrested more than 2,000 protesters.
Those breathtaking scenes in Russia, particularly in Dagestan, are a problem for the Kremlin. Putin's gamble of bringing in a military draft is still playing out, and a US official claiming Putin has had disagreements with his generals amid those battlefield losses here in Ukraine.
Meanwhile, Russia is pushing ahead with what have been described as sham referenda in Russian-controlled areas of eastern Ukraine, aimed at formally annexing those areas, making them Russian territory, which could allow the Kremlin to claim Russia itself is coming under attack from Ukrainian and American weapons. Ukraine's President Zelensky says Putin is making the move because he knows he's losing the war.
It's 7 months since Russia tried to occupy Ukraine, but they couldn't. And now he has to justify. He has to take steps to justify.
It appears Putin is at a safe distance from the protests. Reports say he's left Moscow to go to his secret palace, his home halfway between Moscow and St. Petersburg. Aika Jachi, ABC News, Washington.
Here is your live look this morning on your Monday. We are still a bit from sunrise, but it's coming. It's coming, and it's going to heat up to be like unseasonably warm today.
Yeah, and another good thing is we've got decent air quality still.
Yeah, right now we are, and now as we're tracking it, we're in the high side of good, and then perhaps moving into moderate a little bit today. So that's what I'm going to start off with. Yeah, air quality is good. But we look at the smoke forecast. Here's Spokane, Coeur d'Alene, and you can see that everything is good throughout the morning hours, but we get into the afternoon. Now we start to see a little bit more smoke come into the region. So just something to be aware of. It's not going to be thick smoke, but certainly it could impact those who are very tender and with respiratory issues. 84 degrees for the high today. It's going to be a sunny day. Winds are going to be relatively light, 5 to 10 miles an hour. Really going to be nice. Tonight, temperature's cool to 50 degrees, so that is still mild, and we are going to see light winds as well. It's going to be gorgeous, and if you love the heat, there's more heat coming. So we have high pressure dominating really the northwestern quadrant of the United States, and we do have warm weather, warmer than average throughout this entire region all the way into Montana and the Dakotas. Currently 43 into Colville, 54 for us, Spokane, 46 into St. Mary's. Ritzville, you're at 53. Moses Lake, 50 degrees, and then you have 40s. Look at Winthrop, 40 degrees. We're going to warm up, though. 72-hour issue when we look at the models. High pressure, of course, the dominant force right now. But we've got a huge low that's coming in. We also have energy that's moving out of eastern the U.S., so that's going to allow that low to come in. And we're going to see rain showers coming in Wednesday night into Thursday morning. Certainly higher elevation starting in the Cascades Wednesday morning, but we have the potential for seeing some showers Wednesday night through early Thursday morning again, but not looking for anything really massive. Today, 85 degrees into St. Mary's, 84 Coeur d'Alene, Spokane, 84. Near 90, I-90 as you head west, Ritzville, Vantage, Moses Lake. It's going to be 85 into Wenatchee to 87 tomorrow. We're going to be in the upper 80s. That would be setting a new record. Current record's 87, and that was set back in 1967. Been a while. So yeah, 88 forecasted for tomorrow. The planning forecast. Plan on that heat to stick around through Tuesday, really even into Wednesday. 69 is an average high for this time of year, so 10 degrees above average Wednesday. Increasing clouds, chance of showers Wednesday into Thursday. Oh, it's going to be cooler with a high of just 66, and then back to what would be an amazing weekend into the mid-70s. It's 6:19. You know what it's time for? It's time for our Pet of the Week.
Meet Penny and Paige. They are 2-year-old shepherd mix sisters. They both love treats and have a great time playing together. Although they have spent almost half of their young lives in a shelter, they are friendly and outgoing. They both arrived with 16 other dogs on a Wings of Rescue flight during Kootenai Humane Society's Tales of Daylight fundraising event. They were greeted by hundreds of guests and loved all the attention. Each year, this event raises funds to care for the animals with the help of Mr. Mark Peterson. A big thank you to him for joining us again and making it a record-breaking year. If you're interested in meeting Penny or Paige, visit our website at kootenaihumane.org for all the information.
Penny and Paige are pretty cute.
And yeah, good job, Mark.
Yeah.
It's now 6:20. It was not a good day for Seattle sports teams. The Mariners led by 9 runs in Kansas City before an epic collapse.
And the Seahawks offense finally came alive, but the defense just couldn't stop Marcus Mariota and the Falcons when it mattered most. We'll recap it all for you next in sports. Thanks for waking up with Good Morning Northwest here on your Monday morning. We'll be right back.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
Satay Bistro, Coeur d'Alene's culinary extravaganza of American fusion dining. From our extensive wine cellar to our unforgettably decadent menu, we'll move your experience beyond ordinary to the extraordinary. Satay Bistro, just off the 4th Street exit in Coeur d'Alene.
Do you really think you can fix this? You should have just called Andy's.
I can fix it. It's just a little...
We're freezing. You should have called Andy's. Yeah, they have a 100% satisfaction guarantee.
Should have called Andy's.
Don't be like this guy. Call Andy's Heating and Cooling. So when the weather does this, your family does this. Go to andysheating.com for details on the 100% satisfaction guarantee. Carrier, turn to the experts.
It was a code 10, hard water again. Worst part is Claire was unaware.
Hey, Culligan, our water makes my skin and hair feel like I'm 90.
Okay, are you 90?
I'm not.
Okay, secondly, how do you feel about high-efficiency water softeners from Culligan Water?
What?
And thirdly, how do you feel about smoother skin and luxurious hair?
Goodly. I feel very good about that.
That's the power of water. Stay soft, right?
You stay soft.
Good water doesn't just come to you. Oh, wait. In this case, yes, it...
4 News Now and STCU are recognizing volunteers who make a difference in our community. Today, we honor Holly Schamberger.
With a love for literacy, Holly has organized book sales, revitalized programs, and recruited volunteers at the Loon Lake Library.
I have a love for the library, and I have a love for this community, and I have a love for my volunteers.
Holly is the president of Friends of the Loon Lake Library. She brings energy, spirit, and passion for literacy to her small community. Thanks to STCU for helping to make sure volunteers count.
My husband and I have had the Harvester for about 13 years. If there's anything you want to know about Spangle, come in and find out at the Harvester. Avista contacted us about a business partner program to upgrade our lights to LED lights. Between the energy efficient rebates that we got in the grant, it was completely free to us. On our energy bill, we're saving about $500 a month. Everything has gone up, so that savings has been a huge help to the restaurant.
Satay Bistro, Coeur d'Alene's culinary extravaganza of American fusion dining. From our extensive wine cellar to our unforgettably decadent menu, we'll move your experience beyond ordinary to the extraordinary. Satay Bistro, just off the 4th Street exit in Coeur d'Alene.
After performance so bad last weekend, there's no way the Seattle Seahawks could possibly duplicate it Sunday afternoon against the Atlanta Falcons. And to the team's credit, they really stepped up. The only problem is the result was still the same as they end up falling to the Falcons 27-23 at home. And despite the offense outperforming Atlanta for much of the afternoon, including a 325 two-touchdown day by Geno Smith, it still wasn't enough, especially in the red zone where the team was only 2 of 5 on the day. And once again, Seattle committing more penalties than their opponent. The Seahawks will now travel out to Detroit next weekend for a matchup with the Detroit Lions. And for much of Sunday afternoon, it looked like the Seattle Mariners were going to take their series finale with the Kansas City Royals as they held an 11-2 advantage going into the bottom of the 6th inning. But that's where the pitching of the M's completely collapsed as they gave up 11 runs in the inning and see the Royals storm back to take the game. With just 10 days left in the regular season, Seattle still holds a 4-game lead for that final wildcard spot as they will start a series with the Rangers on Tuesday evening. And another team in the Pacific Northwest with an epic collapse this weekend was the Washington State Cougars. With just under 4 minutes left to play in the fourth quarter, they held a 12-point lead over the 15th-ranked Oregon Ducks, but they proceed to score 22 straight points in a matter of 3 minutes to spoil what would have been the Cougs' second top 20 win of the season. After the game, head coach Jake Dickert was blunt about the team's loss.
There's no moral victory. Okay, we accept this loss. They beat us. You know, this is two good football teams going at it. I think we proved that we're a good football team. Okay, and if we won this game, like, it wasn't going to be an upset. We're a good football team. You know, and I'm excited about the men in that room, and, you know, they're disappointed, right, because we didn't make the plays to win the game. You know, but that was it. It was two good football teams playing, and they executed better at the end to win the game.
Cougs will now finish out their 3-game homestand next weekend as they welcome in Cal for homecoming.
If you are ready to jumpstart fall fun, the Fall Festival is back up at Green Bluff with lots of the farms up there. Beck's Harvest House is open on weekends through September and October with activities like a giant corn maze, finding the perfect pumpkin, and those amazing pumpkin donuts. There is something for just about everybody. Ticket reservations for parking up at Beck's is $5. You can find details on KXLY.com. And of course, all the farms up there with the U-Pick apples especially. This is a big time for them.
Yeah, what are we now, 36 days away from Halloween, something like that?
Crazy.
Yeah. All right, Good Morning Northwest time is now 6:26.
Time for a commercial break, and as we head to it, here's a look at what's coming up this morning on GMA beginning at 7.
In this morning's GMA First Look, NFL legend Brett Favre and the welfare scandal in his home state.
Favre puts it up for Donald.
Brett Favre is considered one of the best NFL quarterbacks of all time. And this morning, fallout over the growing welfare scandal in Mississippi has moved SiriusXM to put its weekly radio show on hold. State investigators allege that a group of some of Mississippi's most influential people spent more than $77 million that should have gone to poor families on pet projects like this volleyball arena.
We've seen a ton of welfare money that's intended for the poorest folks here in the state of Mississippi flowing to people who just simply did not need it.
This morning, Favre's attorney says the football legend never knew where the money he was asking for was coming from, saying he only has good intentions with every charitable endeavor he has organized. And we'll have much more coming up at 7 a.m. With your GMA First Look, I'm Steve Osentami, ABC News, Atlanta.
Why hide your skin? If Dupixent has your moderate to severe eczema or atopic dermatitis under control.
Hide my skin? Not me.
By hitting eczema where it counts, Dupixent helps heal your skin from within, keeping you one step ahead of eczema.
Hide my skin? Not me.
And that means long-lasting, clearer skin and fast itch relief for adults. With Dupixent, you can show more skin with less eczema.
Hide my skin? Not me.
Serious allergic reactions can occur that can be severe. Tell your doctor about new or worsening eye problems such as eye pain or vision changes, including blurred vision, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines without talking to your doctor. When you help heal your skin from within, you can change how your skin looks and feels. And that's the kind of change you notice. Talk to your eczema specialist about Dupixent, a breakthrough eczema treatment.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
Jennifer's Auto Sales and Service is going hog wild.
My name's John Yarno, and this is my Northwest Specialty Hospital story. You know, I played 20 years of football. My right shoulder was out of the joint at least a half a dozen times while I played, and now 40 years later, I've had to address it. My arm is functional again, and I'm making daily progress. I feel great now. Northwest Specialty is just a different deal. I couldn't be happier with the team that I worked with.
I'm Austin, and I'm Holiday Heating's install technician in Northwest Spokane. Old homes, newer homes, it doesn't matter. Everyone needs heat and AC. I've lived in the Garland district for a few years now. I just love the history here.
I started Holiday in Cheney, and now we've grown to service all areas in the Spokane region.
Like South Hill, Northside, Deer Park, Spokane Valley, and even Coeur d'Alene.
Fixed right, or it's free.
Holiday Heating and Cooling.
Ooh, the DQ chicken strip basket? Yes, please. I want in on that. Oh, that house-made Hidden Valley Ranch is for all the dips. Plus fries, Texas toast, and, you guessed it, DQ chicken strips. Mmm, so good. Let's go, right now. Or let's get delivery at DQ.com. DQ, happy tastes good.
From 4 News Now, this is Good Morning Northwest.
4 News Now Story Tracker includes some breaking news out of Russia this morning.
A school shooter in Russia has killed 13 people, including 7 children, and wounded 21 others. According to Russian state media, that gunman eventually shot himself. The investigative committee, according to them, the gunman wore a black T-shirt with Nazi symbols. No other details about the shooter or motive have been released.
And new this morning, President Biden expected to announce new rules today for airlines and travel sites, which would force them to be more transparent about additional fees. That would include flight cancellations or changes and baggage fees, and require sites to disclose any charges up front. A White House official says last year, top airlines made nearly $700 million just on cancellation and change fees alone.
Preparations are now underway in central Tokyo for the state funeral of former Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe. 6,000 guests, including 190 foreign delegations, are expected to attend. Police officers patrolled as construction workers assembled stages outside the venue. Abe was assassinated in July, which touches off a series of revelations about ties between lawmakers in the ruling Liberal Democratic Party and the Unification Church, an organization critics call a cult.
Well, good morning, Northwest. I'm Derek Dice.
And I'm Robin Nance. It is Monday, September 26th. Glad you're with us. Let's check in with Mark. He has a look at that first alert forecast and a warmed up day.
Yeah, it is going to heat up. I mean, some light layers as you head out. 54 degrees for us, 50 into Coeur d'Alene, but you won't need them long. Temperatures are going to warm up quickly. In fact, for today, we're going to be into the mid 80s, but tomorrow, we're trying to get you tracked in on this near record or at record heat we're expecting. For Spokane, tomorrow 88, 87 is the current record set back in 1967. The satellite and radar, yeah, we've got nothing on radar. Satellite showing a few high thin clouds, that's it. And that's going to be the trend. Now, sunny conditions, we're going to be having temperatures that are going to warm up. By 11 o'clock, we're going to be into around 70 degrees, and then 84 will be our high today.
Well, we are 42 days away from the midterm elections, where abortion access is proven to be a major issue among voters.
New polling suggests a majority of Americans are against the Supreme Court's decision to overturn Roe v. Wade. This as Arizona enacts a near total ban on the procedure. Sydney Charles is live at the Now Desk with details on the upcoming crucial election season.
This morning, early voting is underway in several states. One of the biggest issues for voters will be abortion access, a topic front and center in Arizona. A state judge just upheld a 121-year-old law enacted 11 years before Arizona was a state. This law reinstates a near total ban on the procedure and criminalizes abortion providers. At the same time, the Republican-controlled Arizona legislature enacted a separate 15-week ban. The White House press secretary slamming the decision, saying it was dangerous, and she also released a statement saying this backwards decision exemplifies the disturbing trend across the country of Republican officials at the local and national level dead set on stripping women of their rights. Arizona's gubernatorial candidate and attorney general candidate both making statements about the judge's ruling.
Pro-life, I've never backed away from that and never will.
Women and girls will die because of it.
A new ABC News and Washington Post poll found that 64% of Americans broadly oppose the Supreme Court's ruling overturning Roe versus Wade, with Americans trusting Democrats by a 20-point margin on the issue. Some Republicans are reacting. Now in Wisconsin, the Republican gubernatorial candidate Tim Michels reversing his stance on abortion. He now says he would support exceptions to the state's abortion ban for rape and incest. Reporting in studio, Sydney Charles, 4 News Now.
Sheriff Ozzie Knezovich is looking to clear Camp Hope, that large homeless encampment in East Spokane. The chair of the Spokane Homeless Coalition wants him and others to see Camp Hope firsthand, something he has not done. SHC Chair Robert Lippman invited Knezovich, the City of Spokane administration, and members of City Council to Camp Hope October 6th for their monthly meeting. Knezovich said he does not usually visit what he calls crime-ridden areas of the community. The man who killed local athlete Jacoby Ford will spend more than 25 years in prison. Michael Lee pleaded guilty to Ford's murder in August of 2021. Lee shot and killed Jacoby Ford outside of Lucky's Bar in downtown Spokane. Court records show Ford was dating Michael Lee's ex-girlfriend at the time of the shooting. Ford was a local athlete who shattered records at Shadle Park High School. He was launching a professional track career when he was murdered. You can read all of these stories and stay updated on your local news on KXLY.com.
Well, around the Northwest this morning, the Snohomish County Sheriff's Office is venting its frustration on social media over a bill passed last year requiring probable cause for pursuits. This 5-minute video showcases brazen criminals throughout Snohomish County as local leaders weigh in, pointing to House Bill 1054 as the reason criminals are getting more brazen. The sponsor of that bill, Democratic Representative Jesse Johnson of Federal Way, says pushback against systemic transformation is natural.
I think that the bill absolutely did what it was intended to, and what we wanted to do was limit police violence, people killed by police, and I believe we did that with House Bill 1054.
But law enforcement officials like Marysville Police Chief Eric Scarpone have a different view, saying the law hinders them from doing their job and has even caused some officers to quit.
I can't tell you how frustrating it is as a police chief to receive a call or a complaint from the community saying, hey, I saw people breaking into my car. They got into the car, I called 911, your officers arrived, and your officers watched them drive away.
The video comes amid a dramatic spike in car thefts across the state. Representative Johnson has seen the video and heard the concerns, but stands by his work. As of now, he says the House has no plans to make any changes to the bill.
With apple picking season here, it is no surprise that today is National Johnny Appleseed Day.
September 26th marks the birthday of the man credited with planting apple trees across America. His real name was John Chapman. He was born in Massachusetts in 1774. From there, he moved on to spread apple seeds in Pennsylvania, West Virginia, Ohio, and Indiana. Eventually, he started orchards in Illinois, Iowa, Michigan, and Wisconsin as well. Many cities across those states honor Johnny Appleseed with parks and monuments.
Apples made their way to Washington State in 1820s. Okay. FYI, just looked it up. It was not Johnny Appleseed.
We're thankful that it did, though. It's now 6:37.
All right, what you looking at there?
All right, here's the deal. Clear sky. Jerry Rolls sent me this email saying, I got up at 2:30 to feed the cat. Okay, that's probably more questions. But then he took his camera and got the Orion Nebula that was, you know, up in space.
Wow.
Took a picture and said, here, I just thought I'd let you know. So that's our clear sky right now. We can see all the way to Orion. We're going to have a full check of your forecast coming up.
4 News Now on your time with Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
What do you get when ice cold beer, gourmet burgers, sports, and the Pint House brand come together? Good times. That's right. Pint House Burgers and Brews is now open at the former Good Times Pub location in the Spokane Valley. It will always be good times at the new Valley Pint House Burgers and Brews.
Every day is trophy territory at the General Store downtown. Trophy thrills, trophy deals, trophy warthogs. Yes, trophy warthogs. For over 75 years, the General Store has been your location for all the ammo, hunting, fishing, and camping gear any outdoor pro could ever need. Your trophy adventure starts at the General Store.
My husband has diabetes.
Even with health insurance, we're having a hard time affording our medications.
Thankfully, we have Patty Murray fighting for us in the U.S. Senate. She kept at it till Congress finally lowered the cost of prescription drugs.
And capped insulin for seniors at $35 a month.
Now we'll save thousands every year. We know when Patty is back in the other Washington.
She is working for us.
I'm Patty Murray, and I approve this message.
You already know that free Camas rewards let you earn and redeem points everywhere at Northern Quest. But did you know that everywhere includes the all-new East Pan Asian cuisine and Neon Pizza? Plus, you'll enjoy our new weekday happy hour from 3 to 6 p.m. You'll even save 10 cents a gallon at our Kalispell Chevrons. And new Camas Rewards members can win up to $2,022 in reward play instantly. Only at Northern Quest. Yes, the best.
With dentures from Aspen Dental, all they'll see is your confident smile. How do we do it? We provide exceptional care all in one place, and our denture experts craft natural-looking dentures right in our in-office labs, because we'll do anything to make sure your smile looks like your smile. Right now, get $400 off a full denture arch. We can even get started today. Aspen Dental, anything to make you smile. Schedule your complimentary denture consultation now.
What's the only thing better than one Pint House Burgers and Brews? How about two? We are now open in the Spokane Valley. The same great sports and music videos, friendly staff and servers, gourmet burgers, and ice-cold brews. Pint House Burgers and Brews, now open in the Spokane Valley.
It is now 6:40. The town of Port aux Basques in Newfoundland, Canada, has declared a state of emergency. Hurricane Fiona hit the eastern coast of Canada this weekend, sweeping multiple homes and buildings.
Bless you.
Dang it, out
to sea. Wow. And drone footage over Salinas, Puerto Rico shows the destruction Hurricane Fiona brought to the island. Puerto Rico's power grid was still recovering from Hurricane Maria when Fiona hit. The island is doing what it can to recover.
I was trying so hard to hold that sneeze in.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Okay, it happens. All right, good morning. Your 10-second takeaway. Clearing and mild start. We're there. 54 degrees. Going to be heating up. We're going to be at 84 today. So grab those sunglasses. Drink your water. Yeah, it's going to be a hot one.
It's live TV. You can't. It's too tough to hold back a sneeze. It's almost impossible. Well, fall temperatures haven't arrived in our neck of the woods yet, but we know they're right around the corner.
And this year, many Americans are bracing for higher home heating bills. Families are expected to pay an average of 17% more for home heat this coming season compared to last winter. Those who heat with natural gas are facing the highest increase of more than 34% this season. Heating oil is expected to increase nearly 13% for an average cost of more than $2,100. Electric heat is expected to see a 7% increase. First-time applications for low-income home energy assistance are up 60%. The Biden administration is asking Congress for additional funding to help low-income families stay warm this winter. Our time is now just about 6:42.
All right, we're back with this week's Miracle Monday right after the break.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
Happy Take and Bake Tuesday!
Every Tuesday at Papa Murphy's, you can get any large pizza for just $12, which makes Tuesday the best day to bring home all your favorites.
We might have too many favorites.
Order now at papamurphys.com.
Spokane Tribe Casino's latest expansion is ready for you to enjoy. With double the square footage, there's no shortage of fun. Try one of the over 300 new slot games and have a bite to eat at the just opened Grill and Bar restaurant. There's even a larger non-smoking area. You can also bet on all your favorite teams at Caesars Sportsbook, now open. Steal your share of Frankenstein fortunes every Saturday this October. He's got $60,000 cash, and your piece is waiting. Only at Spokane Tribe Casino. You just win here.
My son's name was Carson. He was just the light of my life. His anxiety and his inability to sleep caused him to purchase a pill from Snapchat, and we know that it's what killed him. Congresswoman McMorris Rodgers is bringing awareness to this. She personally reached out to me. She took the time to hear Carson's story. She has been driven in trying to prevent further loss.
I'm Kathy McMorris Rodgers, and I approve this message.
The Book of Mormon is the best musical of this century. The 9-time Tony Award winner is genius, brilliant, phenomenal. The Book of Mormon is the funniest musical of all time. It's the gold standard for comedy that goes further than any other comedy in history. You won't believe how funny it is. You won't believe how much heart it has. And when it's over, you won't believe how much you'll want to see it again. The Book of Mormon, October 28th through 30th, First Interstate Center for the Arts. Tickets at BroadwaySpokane.com.
Considering selling your RV? R&R wants it. Tired of paying storage fees? R&R needs it. Just don't use it anymore? R&R will buy it. Due to a critical shortage of pre-owned RVs, R&R RV is currently paying absolute top dollar for your used RV. Any year, any make, any model. Turn your RV into cash or flip it for a newer model. So if you no longer use it or want it, let R&R RV buy it. Visit the R&R RV Superstore in Liberty Lake or call Keith at 509-499-2601.
No one goes all in on made-from-scratch freshness like Papa Murphy's. Because when you go all in, people notice. Go all in with the Triple Pet Pizza for just $11.99. Papa Murphy's. Change the way you pizza.
4 News Now is brought to you by P1FCU.
It's now 6:44. September is Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. Sacred Heart Children's Hospital spends that month honoring the pediatric cancer patients and their families. Cancer is the leading cause of death by disease for children, and more than 43 children in the U.S. are diagnosed with cancer every day. In this month's Miracle Monday, Emily Bloom introduces us to one young local boy who is now celebrating 2 years cancer-free.
In 2018, Michael Jordan was diagnosed with acute myeloblastic leukemia. This is a cancer of the blood and the bone marrow. September is a special time for him and his family, not just because it's Childhood Cancer Awareness Month, but also because it marks another year he's cancer-free.
For him, we try to focus on the fact that he had transplant and now he's cancer-free.
For Michael Jordan and Anna Crecilius, this month marks a happy milestone, but it took them some time to get here.
Back in 2018, Michael was bruising quite a bit, getting really large bruises over just barely any impact. Took him to the doctor and got blood work done, found out that his platelets were extremely low. We were sent here to Providence, and within 48 hours, we had diagnosis of AML leukemia.
This cancer, acute myeloblastic leukemia, is a family cancer, and his grandmother was diagnosed the same year.
They wanted to get him directly into transplant, which we did within 5 months. And after transplant, he was considered without any more leukemia.
Between the chemo and that transplant, it worked.
We have been in remission ever since, huh? Yes.
Despite overcoming the challenge of a lifetime, he has some fond memories of his time spent at Sacred Heart Children's Hospital.
Build some Lego sets and playing a little bit of video games and watching TV. And also those like football players came in my room.
Yep, the Big Sky, a bunch of the Big Sky football players came and filled his room. Yes.
These days, he's back to school, football practice, and chores.
I'm happy to be just a kid again.
And he's grateful for the care that helped him get to this point.
I'm proud that I beat cancer.
Thank you, I love you.
Do you like it?
Yeah.
Yeah, he can't wait to open everything. Thank you.
Michael tells us he's thankful for all the doctors and nurses who helped him get better. If you'd like to support the Children's Miracle Network, you can find the donation page under this story on KXLY.com. Reporting in studio, Emily Bloom, 4 News Now.
Just happy to be a normal kid again, he said.
Bless his heart. All right, here is a live look. The sun is finally coming up, and it's going to warm up today, too.
So excited. When Jupiter aligns with Mars, that's in a song. Jupiter was out this morning in brilliance. It's the closest it's been. We showed you that about an hour ago. So tomorrow morning, when people get up with Good Morning Northwest, take a look to the west sky. It's not Mars. Mars is red. Jupiter is bright and out there for a while. All right. Well, for a long while, but we'll see it. Here we go. 12-hour planner as we look at our day-to-day. maybe a cloud or two, but it's going to be sunny. It's going to be very warm. We're going to see temperatures jump. That's going to be 84 at 5 o'clock. But as the sun sets, it'll cool quickly, and we'll get down to 77, and then overnight lows of 50 degrees. Mostly clear, going to be absolutely beautiful. So we got a great day today. Summer-like temperatures, again, 69 is an average high, so 15 degrees above average, 20 degrees above average for tomorrow. We look at satellite and radar. We've got that low, that weak low that's moving up the coast, really bringing some cloud cover to the Cascades and to the Puget Sound area. That's it. No rain, no moisture coming out of it. We'll see another low come ashore, and that's going to be our effect for Wednesday and Thursday as we're tracking that for you, and I'll show you in a minute. 54 degrees currently, 50 into Grand Coulee, 54 into Pullman, into Lewiston, 55, so not much of a change there, but they're certainly going to warm up. The 72-hour forecast, this is where we see that next low coming in. It's going to have a little more punch than the current one, and as it crosses over, this is Wednesday night, we're going to see mountain showers certainly, but lower elevation showers are possible as well, and that's sort of the hope. It is going to be much cooler. 84 today, 84 in Spokane, 85 Pullman. Now tomorrow, Coeur d'Alene 88, Spokane 88, into areas around Coulee City. You're going to be at 92 degrees, upper 80s for Moses Lake and Ritzville. So that's the forecast through tomorrow. Planning forecast Wednesday, still 10 degrees above average, 79, and then cool on Thursday, 66 with overnight lows back into the 40s.
It's really something, the up and down for the week. All right, Mark, thanks so much.
All right, just about 10 minutes before 7 o'clock, your morning sprint's coming up next.
Thank you so much for waking up with Good Morning Northwest here on your Monday morning. We'll be right back.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Northwest Specialty Hospital.
The most magical black tie event of the year is coming, and it's all to help the kids that need it most. Gather your friends for the Pumpkin Ball, featuring gourmet dining, auctions, and fun games. The Pumpkin Ball, October 22nd. Visit thepumpkinball.org for tickets.
The coolest cars, custom Jeeps, and tricked-out trucks are rolling into Max Auto Sports for the Maxed Out event. Right now, race into savings. 0 payments till January 2023. 0 gas costs for 6 months. 0 cost lifetime warranty. $4,000 over KBB, plus $500. That's $4,500 over KBB for your trade. The max savings during the Maxed Out event. 6 days only. It all ends Tuesday night. Now at Max Auto Sports.
Thanks to Joe Biden, food, fuel, everything costs too much. His energy policies and massive spending spree are driving skyrocketing prices, fueling the worst inflation in decades. 2 years ago, we were a self-sufficient, energy-independent, energy-exporting nation. Today, our energy production has been crippled. I'm Mike Crapo. I approve this message. Let's stop the spending free-for-all, let loose American energy, and fix inflation.
4 News Now and STCU are recognizing volunteers who make a difference in our community. Today we honor Holly Schamberger.
With a love for literacy, Holly has organized book sales, revitalized programs, and recruited volunteers at the Loon Lake Library.
I have a love for the library, and I have a love for this community, and I have a love for my volunteers.
Holly is the president of Friends of the Loon Lake Library. She brings energy, spirit, and passion for literacy to her small community. Thanks to STCU for helping to make sure volunteers count.
You are unique, and so are your needs. At Axis Spine Center, we offer a team of highly trained spine care specialists who work together to provide you a customized treatment plan using the most innovative advancements in spine care available. We set new standards so that you can get back to what you love. Axis Spine, the region's only comprehensive spine care center.
The most magical black tie event of the year is coming, and it's all to help the kids that need it most. Gather your friends for the Pumpkin Ball, featuring gourmet dining, auctions, and fun games. The Pumpkin Ball, October 22nd. Visit thepumpkinball.org for tickets.
See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now. This Good Morning Northwest Morning Sprint is brought to you by Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning.
It is 6:53 on the dot. Time to get you ready to take on your Monday here in the morning sprint.
Sydney Charles is live with news of Hurricane Ian expected to strike Florida in a matter of days.
But first, we're in for a couple of really warm days to start the week. Let's get to Mark Peterson with your full forecast.
Hi, good morning, everybody. We're starting off with a cool morning, sitting at 54 degrees. We got a clear sky in our first alert weather. Yeah, it's a nice day. Some light layers heading out, but you won't need them by noon. Radar and satellite, it's clear, it's dry, and it's going to continue to do that with some very hot weather coming in, especially for this time of year. Temperatures in the noon hour are going to be in the low 70s, but look for low 80s throughout the late afternoon. 84 will be our high today. It'll be even hotter for tomorrow.
And we're following breaking news out of Russia this morning, where a school shooter has killed 13 people, including 7 children, and wounded 21 others. According to Russian state media, that gunman eventually shot himself. According to the investigative committee, that gunman wore a T-shirt with Nazi symbols. No other details about the shooter or his motives has been released yet.
A firefighter died in the line of duty over the weekend in Idaho. According to the Forest Service, Gerardo Rincon died while fighting the Moose Fire. It shared this message on Twitter last night. He suffered from a medical emergency on Tuesday while working on the fire. He had protected the public lands for over 28 years. The Honor Guard, the Forest Service, and first responders joined in honoring his life by escorting Rincon home to Independence, Oregon.
We're hoping to learn today how a Moses Lake man will respond to charges he murdered his wife. Charles Bergman was part of the missing couple we reported on last week. He was arrested in Pennsylvania late Friday night. A national arrest warrant went out for him after his wife's body was found in rural Lincoln County on Thursday. Police found him the next day in New Stanton, Pennsylvania, outside of Pittsburgh. Bergman was arrested under suspicion of first-degree premeditated murder.
And Hurricane Ian is expected to intensify today as it goes over tropical waters in the Caribbean Sea. Forecasters are still working out Ian's precise path, but they say people across Florida should prepare for the worst. A state of emergency is now underway in the state. Florida residents are on high alert. Homeowners are buying plywood to board up their homes. Florida officials now saying evacuation orders could start early today. Right now, 2,500 Florida National Guardsmen have been called up to respond to that storm.
The Snohomish County Sheriff's Office is venting its frustration on social media over a bill passed last year requiring probable cause for pursuits. This video showcases brazen criminals throughout Snohomish County as local leaders weigh in, pointing to House Bill 1054 as the reason criminals are getting more brazen. The sponsor of the bill, Democratic Representative Jesse Johnson of Federal Way, says pushback against systemic transformation is natural.
Spokane County Sheriff Ozzie Knezovich is looking to clear Camp Hope over the next few weeks. The chair of the Spokane Homeless Coalition wants Knezovich and others to see Camp Hope firsthand, something the sheriff hasn't done. SHC Chair Robert Libman invited Knezovich, the City of Spokane administration, and members of the City Council to Camp Hope on October 6th for their monthly meetings. Knezovich said he does not usually visit what he calls crime-ridden areas of the community.
The man who killed local athlete Jacoby Ford will spend more than 25 years in prison. Michael Lee pleaded guilty to Ford's murder, which happened in August of 2021. Lee shot and killed Jacoby Ford outside of Lucky's Bar in downtown Spokane. Court records show Ford was dating Lee's ex-girlfriend at the time of the shooting. Ford was a local athlete who shattered records at Shadle Park High School. He was launching a professional track career when he was murdered.
New York Senator Chuck Schumer is asking for $290 million to fight rainbow fentanyl. Schumer said that drug dealers are targeting children, and the candy-like appearance of the new fentanyl has law enforcement agencies on edge. The DEA says criminal drug networks are also mass-producing fake pills and marketing them as legitimate prescription pills, often sold on social media or other platforms. That makes the drug easily accessible to anyone with a smartphone, including children.
Fall temperatures have not arrived for us yet, but they are right around the corner, and families are expected to pay on average 17% more for home heat this coming season compared to last winter. Those who heat with natural gas are facing the highest increase of more than 34%. First-time applications for low-income home energy assistance are up 60%.
A new construction project in Spokane starts today. It's for the new Cochrane Basin Stormwater Treatment Facility. As a result of the construction, Downriver Disc Golf Course and access to the TJ Menock Watercraft Access Area will be temporarily closed. Construction includes creating 10 ponds that will treat and filter water from North Spokane. All right, we're back with your final check of the weather with our Mark Peterson on this now sunny Monday morning right after this.
At 4 News Now, we believe you should expect more from local news. Our team is committed to a community conversation and bringing you information you need when and where you need it. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
We actually have a new service that we're providing with video banking. We're here to really help them and connect on a way that other institutions really can't.
Ooh, the DQ chicken strip basket? Yes, please. I want in on that. Oh, that house-made Hidden Valley Ranch is for all the dips. Plus fries, Texas toast, and, you guessed it, DQ chicken strips. Mmm, so good. Let's go, right now. Or let's get delivery at DQ.com. DQ, happy tastes good.
There's a new face in local news. Kirsten O'Connor joins Aaron Luna and Chris Crocker weeknights on 4 News Now. Committed to our community, invested in you and your family's safety. Get to know Kirsten O'Connor weeknights on 4 News Now.
Our day today starting off with sunshine. It's nice outside. Temperatures right now at 54 degrees. It is going to be warming, and it's going to warm quickly because, again, the sun is out and it's a blue sky. It's beautiful. All right, so 74 as we get into the noon hour. Temperatures today 84 degrees. And then tomorrow, a record high expected, 88. Current record is 87, and then it cools down dramatically as we get into Thursday, Friday, and then builds back up for the weekend. But today and tomorrow, sunny and hot.
It's really something to start fall like this.
Yeah, up into the 80s, I know. All right, thanks for watching Good Morning Northwest. We'll have updates throughout GMA, which starts now.